So I watched this video by this YouTuber named Russian, and the video is titled "The Sad State of COD Zombies." And basically in that video, he was talking about how zombies has turned from this artistic, crazy mode in a game to now just another mode, like something to just grind for and do. And I think that that is very, very true. Modern zombies now is so mediocre, and it's honestly very laughable to what zombies used to be back in the day. Because zombies back in the day was just really fun, right? You had your different art styles with every map. You had your different just storylines and stuff like that, where you actually have to go looking for the storyline and stuff. And it wasn't like a grindy mode like zombies is now. With Cold War Zombies introducing a camo, all people basically played zombies for is should get camos, and that's it. And it's the same thing with Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is just going in, doing some objectives, packing your bags, and getting out of there. That's what it is, man. It's not this, oh, zombies, like they're coming at me, I have to find ways to survive. No. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies and Cold War Zombies is you're in the mode and zombies are just an afterthought. Like that survival mode aspect isn't a part of zombies anymore, and I do think that that is a huge problem, and I hope they fix that with COD 2024, but I personally do not think so. I think that COD 2024 will be another Cold War 2.0. I think it will be like a renovated Cold War where you're going to start off with your ARs and stuff. You have to do weapon rarities and stuff, which I don't mind, don't get me wrong, but that's not zombies. You know what I mean? I dropped a few videos already on the channel talking about zombies and how it's just not the same, right? And I still do stand by all those takes, but to see somebody like that, Russian is a YouTuber that has been playing COD Zombies for a while. Like, sure, he isn't the biggest guy, but he definitely has been in the game for a minute. And that video kind of opened my eyes with the problem with zombies. It kind of like clicked within me like, oh yeah, this is a huge problem with zombies. It's that how it feels so similar to multiplayer and the campaign and Warzone. It seems like all the modes in Call of Duty now are the exact same. They all feel the same. There's no difference. Because the thing about old Call of Duties back in the day, like Black Ops 2 for example, the campaign, the multiplayer, and the zombies felt all different from each other. It was like 3 different games within one game, and that's why Call of Duty was so great, right? Because you're basically paying $60, that's how games used to be back in the day, for 3 different experiences, which is freaking sick, right? But now it seems like you're paying $70 for the same experience, but in 3 different alleyways. You know, I'm trying to explain it as best I can, but I think that whatever he said or what he said in that video is just very true, man. Like, I miss when zombies was separate from the multiplayer and separate from the campaign, but now it just seems so similar. It's like Warzone based, and same thing with modern zombies, like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies for example. It just feels so much like Warzone. You just hop in, you find your loot. There's like duct tape in the game and stuff. I guess you could craft stuff now. Like, it's just very, very similar to Warzone, and it just seems like the battle royale scene really crushed Call of Duty and crushed its soul. It seems like Call of Duty is having this identity crisis where it wants to still be Call of Duty, but at the same time it wants to be like this Apex game. It wants to be like this Fortnite type game. It's like it just doesn't know what it's want. It's like having its midlife crisis. It's kind of like Drake in a way. You guys know Drake back in the day. He used to release bangers on bangers on bangers, but now it just seems like Her Loss and For All the Dogs and all this like Certified Lover Boy, just very mediocre products. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not bad. Like, for example, Modern Warfare 3 and, you know, Cold War Zombies. I'm not a fan of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, but, you know, Cold War Zombies are not bad. But it's coming from someone and something that used to make great things. And I think that's a perfect comparison. You can't lie, guys. Call of Duty and Drake, perfect comparison. Where back in the day, they used to put on heaters and heaters and heaters year after year after year. But it seems like now they're having like a midlife crisis with their music. Like, for example, Drake, honestly, never mind. Like, what was that? That kind of does feel like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies and just COD in general. Like, what is that? You know what I mean? I think that right there is probably one of the best freaking comparisons I've ever made on my YouTube channel, man. Like, that is wow. Like, I'm kind of blown away. I thought about that myself, but it's just so true. It's like Call of Duty just can't decide between picking Wars, like being more like a Fortnite type of game, or being like a actual Call of Duty game. And I definitely do think that they need to put the Warzone away, man. This might be a hot take. I know Warzone's loved, but have it as its own separate thing. Have it as its own separate title. Make a new studio for Warzone. So there's a new engine, whatever. Make that specifically for Warzone, and leave the multiplayer, zombies, and campaign to the real developers like Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and sadly, Infinity Ward. Make a new studio, create a new studio that just works on Warzone, creates new maps and stuff like that, creates a new experience, but also like please both the fans, man. I feel like Call of Duty right now, it's so divided as well, especially with Warzone, man. Warzone really just kind of like, yeah, you had a lot of success with Warzone, don't get me wrong. Think about how much people have came into the game, all the bundles and stuff, but at the same time, you created this dilemma within the COD community, this community split where, as I said, half the community is still on that older COD style, the classic COD style, like myself, and then you have a new community who likes this fast-paced battle royale style of Call of Duty. So it's just like they're both trying to mesh in, and it's not meshing well at all. It just seems like, as I said, Call of Duty's having an external crisis, and we'll see what it looks like down the future. Call of Duty's never gonna die, guys. Okay, it's like the McDonald's of gaming. Like, we all know McDonald's is very mediocre, but it's always gonna be around. People are always gonna buy it. People are always gonna get it. That is like Call of Duty. It's very mediocre, but people are still gonna be buying it because it's kind of like that definitive game. Like, think about it. When you think of the most popular video games, Call of Duty is number one, right? It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is, man. And with them being number one, they could just pull off anything. And with zombies, man, I know this kind of turned to a different video, but still talking about zombies here. It's like, bring the old style of zombies back. Bring what made zombies great again, but do something new with it. You don't have to do the same ether characters or the same storyline. You could do a whole brand new storyline. Like, for example, Mob of the Dead, that was basically brand new before they decided, oh, it was all connected, but that was brand new and everybody loved it. Zombies in Spaceland, brand new, everybody loved it. Sure, the DLC maps and everything like that weren't that great, but they still, I feel like Treyarch and them still have it in them to create a cool and fun storyline, but it seems like they're just not doing it. They're just, I feel like they're getting some calls from Activision saying, hey, you have to do this, and they're like, oh, you know, like they're just frustrated. And it just sucks to see, man. It sucks to see a franchise you love so much come into this external crisis and just divide like this, man, and just be a shell of itself. It seems like COD Zombies is just a shell of itself. Zombies used to be the forefront of the mode, but now it just seems like an afterthought. Like, when you play Zombies back in the day, as I said earlier, Zombies is like, oh my gosh, I better get my stuff together. Like, boys, let's come together, let's get some guns, you know, let's maybe do this some Easter egg, maybe solve some quest and have ourselves some fun. But Zombies now, it's like, okay, you know, let's go complete this objective, hopefully zombies don't kill us. Like, that's just not how it is, right? The zombies aren't really scary or intimidating in newer COD games compared to back in the day. Like, that's just my opinion, and that's what mostly Russian was talking about in his videos, I said earlier, which was a great freaking video, by the way. You guys should definitely check it out. I will leave a link in the description, man. He really just cooks in that video and just talks about how Call of Duty just, like, zombies used to be a whole entire game mode, or a whole entire game inside a freaking bigger game. You know, it's like the mode was a game in itself, and I do think that it just lost that, man, because zombies now, and more, as I said, they all just feel so interconnected. So I do just wish that they were to revert some things, and I do wish that they were to go back to that type of style, but unfortunately, that probably is never going to happen, man. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments, though. Do you guys agree with this, or do you guys think that, yeah, like, what are you talking about? Everything's fine. I don't know how you could think that. I don't know how you could think everything's fine, but yeah, let me know what your thoughts and everything like that down in the comments. When you're bored, Daniel, make sure you guys go drop a like, subscribe if you're brand new. We are literally, let me check right now. We are 2 subscribers from way as I'm recording this video. 2 subscribers from 1,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button, guys. I highly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and I am out.